Alright, so John Fury has given the interview here with Seconds Out, right? And obviously talking about his son Tyson, the fight with Oleksandr Usyk. Well, according to John Fury, who for me is the real problem in Team Fury, he is the real problem. He has stated, and I'll quote him here, that Tyson Fury won't fight Oleksandr Usyk at all unless he gets a video, right, where Oleksandr Usyk apologises and tells the truth of what he did. To quote him here, there will never be a fight for Usyk, never. It'll be when he apologises for trying to put the blame on Tyson. He's obviously implying here the Tyson Fury fight falling through with Oleksandr Usyk, which was hopefully going to be for April. Or could it be, well, the many instances now where Tyson Fury has swerved that fight? We also know Fury has a career, he's a history, I should say, of doing this swerving fights, going in a different direction, going back to the David Price days. But to imply that Oleksandr Usyk is the problem, in spite of the fact, was several things. I mean, one, Oleksandr Usyk said he wouldn't be ready in December. We knew that, so obviously he goes and fights Derek Chisora. Then Fury says he had an injury in that fight, which pushes the fight back further to try and make this fight in the month of April 29th at Wembley, despite the fact they would have got more money in Saudi, and Oleksandr Usyk was happy with his deal stemming from the previous year. Then Fury makes an offer of 70-30, which Usyk accepts. The goalpost is moved again and again. The rematch, actually, which Team Fury wanted, was going to be taken out. And all these things kind of culminate in Oleksandr Usyk saying, you don't really want the fight, do you? So let's move on for the time being and try and do this again. Somehow, that's Usyk's fault, and Tyson Fury making himself look bad, realistically, because at the end of the day, Sugar Hill Stewart, who was over here training Lawrence Okolie, who had literally a ticket over here for a week or two to train Lawrence Okolie for the David Life fight and then was going to fly back to America, he let that cat out of the bag. John Fury starts having a go at him and saying Tyson should sack him as well. So, throughout this whole thing, long-winded one, but throughout this whole thing, all Team Fury have done is make themselves look bad, and now John Fury is giving Tyson carte blanche to duck Oleksandr Usyk again by saying, well, unless you apologise for basically not wanting to be shafted, screwed over, and have the goalpost move consistently, well then, you're not going to get this fight. It really does show the influence John has on this team. John Fury, Peter Fury and John Fury are brothers, but they're very different people. I have a lot of respect for Peter Fury. John Fury, not so much. John Fury is one of these guys who, when he walks into a room, he thinks by being the loudest, the most abrasive character in that room, it's going to make people think, okay, he's someone we want to take serious and avoid him at all costs, right? When it's actually not the case. John Fury, a couple of years ago, I think it was 2019, 2020, said that anyone over the age of 50, he could do whatever. He could beat any of them, didn't matter who. He gets an offer from Mickey Teo. Says, I'll do it, whatever. John Fury, like Tyson, starts moving the goalpost, and we hear no more about that. Alright? This whole situation, I believe, if Peter Fury was still at the head of the helm, will be handled very different. Yeah, and Peter Fury, when we've heard him in interviews about this fight, has been very open, saying he favours Tyson, but Usyk is live. He's very much game, and stylistically, it's a very, very tricky fight. Peter Fury is the one who has his head screwed on. He definitely does. A lot of respect for Peter Fury. John Fury just seems to have his head in the clouds. John Fury, a lot of Jake Paul said it back when they done that. It was the press conference when it was done over Zoom. Said that he's living vicariously through his sons. In many ways, he is, because John Fury seems to think that he is the manager, the trainer, he's everything, the promoter, all in one, and he's trying to do that. And John Fury is the one who's causing a lot of these issues. He's causing issues now. Well, he caused issues before between Ben Davison and Tyson Fury, saying to Tyson, leave him. They bring in Sugar Hill, and then when Sugar Hill doesn't toe the line or, go along with the Fury narrative, he starts saying, you should get rid of him as well. John Fury, at the end of the day, he wants to be the man who's in charge of everything. I mean, he probably would even say, get rid of Frank Warren, Bob Arum, don't even fight on BT, let me handle everything, and this is how we do it. Because if it was up to John Fury, Tyson, he could fight a John McDermott rematch or a David Haye fight, and according to John Fury, that's perfectly acceptable, and Tyson is still the best thing since sliced bread. He could be, 100-0 fighting absolute no-hopers, but he's still the greatest heavyweight of all time. John Fury, let's not go there. It used to be fun listening to his interviews back in the day, whereas now it's just like really. And again, anyone who really takes what John Fury says as being serious at this point now, you're just a lost cause, because all it is with him is him just trying and hoping that by being loud and making these ridiculous demands and saying, I'm a fighting man, we're a fighting family, that somehow people are going to believe that, oh, well, John Fury said it, and the way he said it with so much passion, and emphasis, it must be true. It's not true. John Fury, I don't even think believes himself. I'm sure he believes in his son, but when he talks about himself being the toughest 50-plus-year-old and this, that, and the other, yeah. I mean, I remember when the Mickey Teo situation was going on, and I think one of the offers he said to him was, if we fight, it's going to be in Billy Joe Saunders's backyard, I think it was. So his own mate, one of his mates, Billy Joe Saunders, he was expecting Mickey Teo to do that. What the hell? Crazy. Absolutely crazy from John Fury. But this is the next thing he said now. So apparently we're not going to get an Oleksandr Usyk fight, no matter what amount of money is going to be on the table, unless Usyk apologises for being, basically having the goalpost move repeatedly, which, why would you apologise for that? He literally had the goalpost being moved. And now he's still trying to get this fight over the line. Now, he's been trying to do it for well over a year now. I mean, you go back to early 2022, Joshua was even giving interviews saying, for the right money, we'll step aside, we'll see how it is. And Fury was like, no, I want an interim fight. Okay, he fights Dylan White. Joshua has a rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. Now we have a chance. Okay, Usyk's not ready in December. Fair enough. He has the Chisora fight. And now we're just getting this again. It's being just past the book, It's like, okay, we're going to do it with this, but I'm going to move these goalposts, move them. Oh, yeah, you're ducking. And it's been consistent. This is a consistent thing with Team Fury. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Look at Joshua in December, As far as I'm concerned, they would have taken that fight, Team Joshua. They would have, even though they were coming off a loss, they would have taken it. But goalposts getting moved, deadlines being put in, and it's just like, what is the point? What is the point? Hopefully, this is all just front from John Fury, and Tyson comes in and says, nah, shut up. This is how it's going to be. Let's wait and see. But do I think Oleksandr Usyk will do an apology? I'm sure the only apology video he'll do will be saying to Tyson Fury, I'm sorry you have a dad who makes all the demands, but he ain't going to apologise for anything. Doubt that very much. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button if you could. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. For now, I'll talk to you. Peace.